It's showtime, my friend. How nice, come on in. It's so good to see you again. Got stories to share, I'm virtually there. It's showtime, my friend. It's showtime, my friend, with a tear or a grin. We're chomping the bit to begin. Wear sweatpants or slacks, let's break out the snacks. It's showtime, my friend. Well, if you have to go, I want you to know it's easy to sign right back in. Connection too slow, I hope you don't miss the show. 'Cause it's showtime, my friend. Here we go. Time to prepare for our online affair. I do hope you'll stay till the end. I tuned up my axe, sit back and relax. No matter how your day has been, we'll make you smile, make it all worth your while. It's showtime, it's starting in no time. It's showtime, my friend. Well, there we got it started out. Essentially, we have Jack and Barb. You guys got there right away, and Kim and Mark, you were there like 2 minutes to the showtime, and then Brent, Jeannie. Bud, Brent, and Jeannie, all three of you here. Good to see you guys. We'll see whether Mom is able to find it. Last week, apparently, I sent her an email that was not quite accurate, and she ended up looking at last week's show going, I think he wore that shirt last. This doesn't look right. And then she still found the proper link, I think, by going to YouTube, and it just happened to be there. Well, so this is going to be our Valentine show. So I'm going to be putting in all the mushy songs. Plus, I've got a new song that I'm going to do toward the end. So hang on for that. So right now, let's do a Nat King Cole song called Love. Hi, Joan and Bob. Good evening, and everyone. Here we go. Kind of muffled sounding. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. A V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you'll adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L. Ba 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 da da. O. Da ba da 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 da. A V. Ba da da. Ba 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 da 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 da. Love was made for me and you. And again, L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you'll adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Yeah, Nat King Cole. Oh my gosh. The guy who we know, so many of these people we almost never heard of. Record companies could be very vicious. Well, they're trying to watch the bottom line, but, if a record's not selling and an artist, people don't want it, well, we got to let them go, folks. That's the way they do it. And there you are, Mom, and you have Lenine and Ken with you, too. Okay, I'm going to do one called I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. And I'm going to look, I want to talk about for a minute about some of the cool stuff about this song. This song, I've mentioned it before, that this is written by Fred Ehlert and Joe Young. And this was interesting. Fred was a lawyer turned musician. I wonder if he had been a lawyer for his whole career and then became a musician at the end. The reason I ask that is because you can make a living as a lawyer writing music. Well, if you write them like this, yeah. All right, let me get this one here. Where's my numbers here? 59. Oh, there it is. Okay, gotta get. So this is gonna sit right down and write myself a letter. And so what I was gonna say though is that these two guys, Fred Ehlert and Joe Young, Fred Ehlert also wrote I Don't Know Why, I Just Do. He wrote I Get By. And he wrote Mean to Me and Walking My Baby Back Home and Where the Blue of the Night Meets the Gold of Day. That was a Bing Crosby hit song. So apparently not a bad choice for him to have switched to music. I think he probably did all right. And Joe Young wrote the lyrics for this. So we have the music and the lyrics. That was quite often how these guys did it back then. But the only song that he wrote that I recognized other than this one was A Shanty in Old Shantytown. But he also wrote a lot of other songs. And then Fats Waller recorded the first version of this song back in 1935, but dozens of other people have recorded it. Dean Martin, Count Basie, Bing Crosby, Willie Nelson, Paul McCartney. And there was even a rock and roll version by Bill Haley and the Comets. How about that? All right. It's a weird beat. Kind of a shuffle, I guess, huh? I'm gonna sit right down and write my... This doesn't sound right. I don't think I have the right beat. Something doesn't seem right there. Beat number 5, number 59. Okay. It just sounds weird. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play it anyway. Sit right, all right. I'll sit right down and write myself a letter. Yeah, we can make that. And make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write with words so sweet, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, and I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better, and close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and make believe it came from you. Do-do-do-do. I'm gonna write with words so sweet, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better, and close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and make believe it came from you. One more time. gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write with words so sweet, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, and I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better. Aww. And close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself that letter. Yes, I am. And make believe it came. I'm gonna make believe it came. I'm gonna make believe it came from you. Oh, I think that is such a clever song. You know, that's, how could you even think of that idea? This is a very, very cool. The song I'm going to do today. We'll see what you guys think of that. But this is like out of left field. You know, the idea, the concept. Very, very good. Very good. Yep. All right. Let's find what I have on next here. Oh, Sam Cooke song. Yep, Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke. I've told a story that he was a gospel singer first, but there's another story that I've told here too. Sam Cooke was killed mysteriously, and there's a lot of question over whether he was assassinated because of his involvement in the civil rights movement, or because he was resistant to having his publishing taken over by the mob. There are different stories about some say he was shot in the motel room where he was with some woman, and others say that he was at the front desk and acting weird, and so the woman who was behind the counter got really scared and shot him to defend herself. Now, those are two very, very different stories, and you would think the police would be able to figure that out unless the stories were meant to kind of mess things up, you know? Yeah, so it's possible. Back at that time, for people who don't know this, at that time, most songs were written by songwriters, and then there were the performers who did not write most often. And then, so you've got the songwriting, got money to be made from songwriting, money to be made as a performer, and then there was the money from publishing, which was the printing of the records, and also the records of the sheet music, but also for let me see, the publishing part, the other publishing part. Well, anything that was used in movies and so on, that's called synchronization, but it's all part of the publishing. The publishers are always trying to get the song out there, and when somebody else records your song, you make money from the publishing. Well, if the mob says, you're going to give us a piece of your publishing, and you say no, you might disappear, because I sent out a email in the middle of the week talking about the Bobby Fuller and his song, I Fought the Law and the Law Won. And he also refused to share his publishing with the mob. And both of these guys disappeared within about a year of each other, which is pretty interesting. Both of them just died mysteriously, and both of them had refused to cooperate with the mob. So here we go. You Send Me, Sam Cooke song. Boom. Darling, you send me. I know that you send me. Darling, you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Whoa, 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 you thrill me. I know that you thrill me. Darling, you thrill me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Now at first I thought it was infatuation, but oh, it's lasted so long. And now I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. Whoa, 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 whoa. You send me, darling, you send me. I know that you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whenever I'm with you, I know, when I'm near you. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know when you hold me. Oh, whenever you kiss me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Now at first I thought it was infatuation, but oh, it's lasted so long. And now I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. Whoa, 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 whoa. You send me, darling, you send me. Yeah, I'm saying you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Oh. How did he get that note? You have to use a capo to get that little tune note. Actually, there's a thing they call chimes. I think I've talked about it before. Just certain links along the string. If you touch it rather than pressing it down, or bass note. If the normal note is, but you hit it and it goes an octave. In fact, do you remember the Twilight Zone? They needed a particular sort of a mysterious sounding thing. And so rather than playing any chords at all, hands off of here, just pluck the strings. That's all they did. Somebody's, oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, I just played, I was just tuning up. No, that's what we want. You know, who knows? All right, let's see. No, that song was written during World War II when sometimes girls didn't hear from their boyfriends when they were overseas. Oh, and the mail was so slow. Yes, of course. Ah, that's why you say it was easy so it just needs to have the right situation to come up with a clever idea. Okay. You were a teenager at the time, and you were writing a lot of the guys that you knew. How about that? Oh, that's a good thing to do, too, because, man, I've seen some war movies, man. That was I would not want to be in one of those places. Just horrible stuff. Well, let's move on here to a beautiful song. Tony Bennett, we lost him last year, but bless him, he just kept performing until, almost the very end. I left my heart in San Francisco. Here we go. The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of some other day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the bay. I left my heart in San Francisco. high on a hill. It calls to me to be where a little cable car climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care, my love waits there in San Francisco. Above the blue and windy sea, when I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me. Oh, that song is so nicely structured. The way it starts out with this little throwaway, the loveliness of Paris, and then I left man goes all to the high notes. Oh, that's really, really very nice. Well, we're going to do 3 slow songs in a row. This one is My Funny Valentine. And please, no one be upset by this. Thank you. Thank you. I see hand claps and applause and hearts and stuff. Yeah, cool. This is My Funny Valentine, and I realize now that the song, if you were singing it to somebody, it would be kind of possibly insulting. Because, is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? Is your figure less than Greek? Oh my gosh. Well, the story is that Rodgers and Hart wrote the song, but Hart, and I can't think of his first name, Hart, from what I understand, he was a dwarf. And he was almost talking about himself. You know, my funny Valentine. He was saying your looks are laughable, unphotographable, but still you have something that I need, something that's important to me. Here it is. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? But don't change a hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Don't change a hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Oh, man. Whew. Great songs. These great, great songs. And now I've got a song that I wrote, and this is sort of a humorous look at the future of love, I guess. It's called Virtual Lover. When our love hit the rocks, I went down to the docks, to that shop with a heart on the door. The old man looked grim. He said, son, come on in. I can see you can't take any more. Strapped me into this chair, placed the goggles with care, and then stuck some buds in my ears. And a fog floated in where nothing had been, and a heavenly angel appeared. When she started to dance, I fell into a trance. I could feel I was losing my mind. Dressed in nothing but lace, when her hand touched my face, she slowly moved in for the kill. I'm your virtual lover, you won't need another. I'll love you as long as you want. Then she sat in my lap, it was over like that. I bought her right there on the spot. Well, I paid the old man, and I thanked him again, and I took her back home to my place. She don't cook, she don't clean. She's more than I mean, but I think I lost my place. She don't cook, she don't clean. It's not in her genes, and we live in this virtual space. Now a few months have passed, and she's more than I asked. Still, it hasn't turned out like I planned. 'Cause she can't stand to be more than 3 feet from me. She never lets go of my hand. I'm your virtual lover, you won't need another. I'll love you right here in your home. And she jumps in my lap when I'm taking a nap. Good God, she won't leave me alone. When our love hit the rocks, I went back to the docks, but the little shop had vanished away. Took the fox and her props, threw 'em back in the box, sold the whole doggone thing on eBay. Yes, the future of love. A virtual lover, oh my goodness. When our love hit the bricks, I found a place down on 6th. I'm telling you, when you're writing a song, things change. With the little heart hanging over the door, the old man was thin, said, come in, I can see you can't take any more. And much of the rest is the same, but it was kind of interesting. Okay, well, that's a little bit about songwriting. Oh, Another song I wrote. I think I did this one fairly recently here. It's a duet. And before I brought up the video of it, but this time it's just going to be the music. And I am going to act as though I'm talking to her on the phone. Here we go. Love Me Tonight. Bop, bop. This is Sherry Hagan is singing the other part. It's the way that I feel about you when you're holding me tight. It's a certain something about you. It keeps me feeling alright. Don't you know that I love to love you? Darling, you're what I need. Come on, baby, and love me, baby, tonight. What do you think? Can you make it over? What do you think, huh?
You make me dizzy and I can't stop smiling.
Oh.
Whenever you come around.
I thought so.
And my feet are a locomotive. 10 feet off the ground.
I wanna be the one love that loves you. Bring on the moonlight. Come on, baby, and love me, baby, tonight. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, boom boom boom. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. I'm dizzy,
it's the way that I feel,
and I'm smiling
when you're holding me tight.
Whenever you come around, my feet are locomotive.
Keeps me feeling alright.
10 feet off the ground.
Don't you know that I'd love to
I wanna love you.
Darling, you're what I need.
Bring on the moonlight.
Come on, baby, and
love me, baby, tonight. It's the way that I feel about you when you're holding me tight. It's a certain something about you. It keeps me feeling alright. Don't you know that I love to love you? Darling, you're what I need. Come on, baby, and love me, baby. Come on, kiss me and hug me, baby. Come on, baby, and love me, baby, tonight. Well, she sounded like she was interested singing to me, but she didn't say that she'd be over. Well, I don't know what to think about that. Here we got one that is called Tennessee Waltz. And this was song came out just before rock and roll popped in, which changed things pretty dramatically out there in business. And gosh, let me see. I think the last song, one of the last songs before we heard Elvis's "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog" was "How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?" Isn't that interesting that transition took place between two dog songs? I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced him to my loved one, and while they were waltzing, that jerk stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee Waltz. now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee waltz. One more time through. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced him to my loved one, and while they were waltzing, that jerk stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee waltz. That beautiful Tennessee waltz. That song was written by Red Stewart and Pee Wee King. And I don't know anything else that those guys have done, but I'd heard of Pee Wee King. Well, actually, there was another guy, there was another guy called Pee Wee that was on the Grand Ole Opry. It wasn't Pee Wee Herman. But Red Stewart was a regular on there, too. All right, let's take a look here. The next one is another ballad. This one is a Kenny Rogers song called Lady. Let's hear it. Lady, I'm your knight in shiny armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. My love, there's so many ways I want to say I love you. Let me hold you in my arms forevermore. You have gone, made me such a fool. I'm so lost in your love, and oh, we belong together. Won't you believe in my song? Oh, lady, for so many years I thought I'd never find you. You have come into my life and made me whole. Forever, let me wait to see you each and every morning. Let me hear you whisper softly in my ear. In my eyes, I see no one else but you. There's no other love like our love. And yes, oh yes, I'll always want you near me. I've waited for you for so long. Oh, lady, your love's the only love inside me is where I want you to be. 'Cause my love, there is something I want you to know. You're the love of my life. You're my lady. Kenny Rogers sang it, but it was written by, let's see, that would be, I can see his face. He was, oh my gosh, he wrote so many really cool songs. Oh, I see his face right in my head, and I had his word. I'll come back to it. All right, so. Another ballad, and I do not know, never knew who wrote this one. It's called After the Lovin'. Oh, yep, Engelbert Humperdinck sang it. You know, it was a big hit for him. And John Davidson, I know he recorded. Quite a few other people, I think, recorded it too. So here we go. Hello, y'all. Lionel Richie, thank you, Kim. Yeah, Lionel Richie. In fact, Kenny said in the studio that Lionel directed him every line. So for instance, if he said, well, I want a little rasp in the voice, so it'd be things like lady, I'm your knight. It's kind of, that was a triplet figure. I'm your knight instead of I'm your knight in shining. You know, there's that, and I love you. And also that vibrato, he liked Kenny Rogers' vibrato, so he would do that. You've come into my life and made me ho, 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 ho. That thing that he did like that. I'm sure they worked through all of that stuff. Very interesting to have somebody guide you like that. Especially Kenny Rogers. I mean, why would you even have to have, Kenny Rogers be instructed on how to sing a song? Well, all right, so here we go. After the Lovin'. Perfect song for Valentine's Day. Hit it. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin' with a song I just wrote yesterday. And I hope you can hear what the words and the music have to say. It's so hard to explain all the things that I'm feeling face to face. I just seem to go dry. But I love you so much that the sound of your voice can get me high. Thanks for taking me on a one-way trip to the sun. And thanks for making me into a someone. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin'. I brush back the hair from your eyes, and the love on your face is so real that it makes me wanna cry. And I know that my song isn't saying anything new, but after the lovin', I'm still in love with you. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin'. I brush back the hair from your And the love on your face is so real that it makes me want to cry. And I know that my song isn't saying anything new, oh, girl, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Believe me, that after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Cause after the loving, I'm still in love with you. La da da da, la da da da. I'm still in love with you. I had to check out. I want to find out who wrote that one. Maybe you can find out, Kim. And then I'll also find out what other songs that person wrote. All right, so now it is time for the brand new song. We're going to have to see how it works out here. I've never done this before. In fact, I had a lot of trouble with it today, trying to mix it down and get it ready for tonight. We'll see how it goes, though. I call this, right now I'm calling it Friends in the Band, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to call it. So let me see if I can figure out... Okay, we're going to go for it. Here we go, guys. Down at the bar called Low Places, we got friends in the band. They play Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and Sundays now and again. They'll take your request for a buck in the bucket and dance you all night long. Just don't make them play Proud Mary. The drummer's sick of that song. Sing it now. La da 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 da. La da da da. Joe owns the place, he's a gentle old soul, but his kind eyes don't miss a thing. He's got a nose that knows about trouble, the way a farmer knows about rain. And Sat had his poor heart broken long about 10 years ago. He keeps it there in a jar on the bar, beside where the pickled eggs go. Come on, down in the low places, we've got friends in the band. They play Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, Sundays now and again. Take the request for a buck in the bucket and dance you all night long. Just don't make them play Proud Mary. The drummer's sick of that song. Sing it now. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Rosemary Rose is a great big mama. We call her the gossip queen. She thinks if she whispers her secrets, the Lord won't call it a sin. And Big Jim was the best bartender till he ran away with Desiree. Well, that got Rosie's tongue a-wagging, 'cause she thought Desi was gay. Hear me now. Down by the old places, we got friends in the band. They play Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and Sundays now and again. They'll take your request for a buck in a bucket and dance you all night long. Just don't make them play Proud Mary. The drummer's sick of that song. Sing it now. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. right. Well, let me know how you like that. Could you hear the words okay? There's a lot of roar in that song, a lot of on that low E that keeps running through the song. And I see, Kim, you figured out that Richie Adams and Adam Bernstein wrote that song. I'm going to have to check up on those guys. They'll be all over Wikipedia. We'll be able to find out what songs they wrote. Maybe I'll do a write up on them on Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Where do my charts go? We're back here. Very good. How about? Well, this is another one I wrote here. Thank you, guys. All right. You know what? I'm going to skip this one, though, because I want to do something that you guys would know here. I think I did this fairly recently, too, but this is Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille. Actually, they're the ones who recorded it, but even before them, that was Neil Sedaka, who wrote the song with his songwriting partner, Howie Greenfield. They were songwriting partners for more than 50 years. Here it is, Love Will Keep Us Together. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking guy comes along, singing his song. Don't mess around, you just gotta be strong. You better stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop, I'll be thinking of you. A look in my heart and that love keep us together. You belong to me now. Ain't gonna set you free now. When those guys start hanging around, they're talking me down. Here with your heart and you won't hear a sound. You better stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop, I'll be thinking of you. Look in my heart and that love keep us together. Whatever. Young and beautiful, but someday those looks will be gone. When the others turn you off, who'll be turning you on? I will be there to share forever. Love will keep us together. I said it before and I'll say it again, while the others pretend. I need you now, yes, and I'll need you then. I better stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop, I'll be thinking of you. Look in my heart and let love keep us together. Whatever. I will. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Bum bum bum. Da 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 da. You better stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop, I'll be thinking of you. Look in my heart and let love keep us together. Whatever. I will. La da da da. La da da da. La da da da. Sedaka is back. Oh, thanks for your comments there. You could hear the words well. Good enough, Joan. Thank you. I appreciate that. I guess I could go back and listen to the recording of the show, and I'd be able to tell how it sounded. But I'm interested in how you guys like it. That's important to me. Well, let's see. There's only about time for one more thing. Let me put on this one. This is a song that Gene Pitney recorded. Let me see what this song says. It says, song has a great pedigree. First of all, it was sung by Gene Pitney, who also had his song, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, and he also had 24 Hours to Tulsa, I'm Gonna Be Strong, It Hurts to Be in Love, and he had so many great songs. And many of those songs were written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. But Gene Pitney was a songwriter himself, and he wrote a song called Rubber Ball that was recorded by Bobby V. That surprised the heck out of me. I remember when that song was a hit. He wrote Hello, Mary Lou that Ricky Nelson had. And he wrote He's a Rebel that the Crystals recorded. Oh, my gosh. So his hit song, Only Love Can Break a Heart, was beat out by the song that he wrote for the Crystals. He's a Rebel. It was the only time that a writer shut himself out of the number one position. That's pretty interesting. In other words, by recording Only Love Can Break a Heart, which was a Burt Bacharach and Hal David song, by recording that song went to number one, and then his song was number two. So anyway, this one was written by Dmitri Tiomkin and Ned Washington, both of the people I don't know much about, but they won a Golden Globe Award, and the song was nominated for Academy Award for Best Song, but lost to Moon River. How about that? Nevertheless, Dmitri Tiomkin received 22 Academy Award nominations and won 4 Oscars, 3 for Best Original Score for High Noon, The High and the Mighty, The Old Man and the Sea, and for one of the best original song for The Ballad of High Noon from the film. So anyway, let's go on here. This is really a very powerful song. That's why I always like to end with a big one like that. So here we go. Town Without Pity. When you're young and so in love as we, and bewildered by the world we see, how can people hurt us so? Only those in love would know what a town without pity can do. If we stop to gaze upon a star, people talk about how bad we are. How can we keep love alive? How can anything survive when these little minds tear you in two? The young have problems, many problems, in need of understanding hard. Why don't they help us, try to help us, before this clay and granite planet falls apart? Take these eager lips and hold me fast. I'm afraid this kind of joy can't last. How can we keep love alive? How can anything survive when these little minds tear you in two? Oh, what a town without pity can do. Take these eager lips and hold me fast. I'm afraid this kind of joy can't last. How can we keep love alive? How can anything survive when these little minds tear you in two? What a town without pity can do. No, it isn't very pretty. What a what a dramatic song with all those background singers. Woo! Woo! It's fantastic. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put on my little, you know what I'm going to do? No, I'm going to change this around here. I don't know if I have this as a track. If I'm going to hold, this is a song I wrote with Edgar Struble, who played in Kenny Rogers' band for 15 years. The song is called Dinner for Two. And this is a really nice, another nice love song. And so I'm going to finish out with this one rather than going on to that TV segment music. I'll just go ahead and sing this and I'll fade out right at the end. Here we go. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah.
Come sit down and I'll rub your back. Take your mean old weak, turn it loose. Hold my hand and we'll climb the stair to the roof. Feel the breeze, got your favorite tunes, and I'll start the barbecue. City lights, I'll just ride with dinner for two. I can't tell you how much you mean, but I hope you know what's true. All week long you take care of me. Tonight is all for you. Saturday, we can meet our friends. Right now, one-on-one is cool. Sit back, my love, and I'll serve this dinner for two. I can't tell you how much you mean, but I hope you know what's true. All week long you take care of me. Tonight is all for you. Saturday, we can meet our friends. Right now, one-on-one is cool. Sit back, my love, and I'll serve this dinner for two. Sit back, my love, and I'll serve this dinner for two.